Swallowtail Jig, traditional Irish song, arranged by a guitar teacher named Rob Bonner. I learned from a while ago. There you go. Right on.
Yeah! That sounded good.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the show, folks. This is Two Lonely Boys in a Canoe. I am Chris Evans. That's Trevor Ahlstrom. How you doing today, Trevor?
What's up, man?
How are you?
Well, I'm better now that I've showered and I hang out with my buddy. So it's
Shower tower.
Showers are amazing, especially when you get dirty all day.
There's something about a real clean shower, too, man. Yeah, it's been a long day, and the world's worked you down, and it's just like hopping in and getting clean for a moment.
I definitely appreciate showers.
Yeah. I think as you get older, you appreciate them more. Like when you think back to it when you were a kid, you probably never wanted to take a bath or a shower.
I was always the dirty boy.
Wash your hands, yeah.
But when I, when I was, teenage years and I was having to do labor jobs, I quickly learned, oh shit, showers are nice.
Well, I learned from acne and shit. When I was about 15, 14, a lot of pimples. And that's how you start learning that, cleaning your body up is a really good way to keep the acne down. True.
I got fortunate I didn't have that issue, but I just still would have issues from rashes or if you didn't shower long enough. Yeah. So I was like, okay.
I have a thing, cysts. Cysts run really heavily in my family. So they're these giant knots of oil. They're like super pimples that basically are underneath your skin and in the hardest places to get at sometimes, like in your butt crack and in between your legs and stuff like that. And I've had to sit there with a fucking needle and a razor and prick it and then slice it. You relieve pressure and then you slice into your leg. And it's just bleeding for 20 minutes and it's all oil and stuff.
My dad had that. It was gross.
Dude, my dad and my brother both had it.
He did it on his back and it was gross.
And there's a show out there called Dr. Pimple Popper. And it's a lady from California. She's a cosmetic surgeon and what's the word for skin doctor? Dermatologist. Yeah, she's a dermatologist, but she does all these real crazy pimple related she does all these crazy pimple related cases, with people with really bad cysts and lipomas and all sorts of shit. And it's a little gross to watch her cut them out, but as you're doing it, you can just feel that person's relief, And I originally got turned on to it from the bonfire because Big J was talking about Dr. Pimple Popper, and I was like, who is this lady? And then I watched a few of her episodes, and I was like, it's pretty nasty, but it's ASMR kind of shit, It's ooh, it's nasty, but you can feel somebody's got relief on the other end. You're like, thank God they don't have a giant pimple on their forehead anymore.
I could tell they decided to take that issue head on.
Did it? That's another crazy one from Trevor the Quick Shooter. He comes off the hip with a quick joke.
Hey, at least you could say she isn't in a greasy business. Like Yosemite Sam over here. The rootinest, tootinest,
goddamn rabbit.
That yo liver.
Quick draw McGraw Trevor over here. What's the difference between a white and a black? Color skin. It's whoa. These aren't timed jokes, are they? From the 1800s. It's what's the difference between a chick and a white man? It's all right. We need to stop with these jokes immediately. Oh, man. It's always funny, too, I think, the kind of racist jokes that fly 50 years ago. You can do it in 50-year increments,
Oh, yeah.
Every 50 years or so, there's there's a certain amount of the population that's not right.
I've heard some jokes on I remember hearing some of the early John Wayne. I heard some native jokes on the movie. You're oh shit.
I always find it
talking about a squaw. And you're oh shit.
I always find it hilarious in cartoons because especially in Looney Tunes they showed some racist shit.
Especially I've seen some from World War II when it's showing the Japanese. The giant buck teeth and the ridiculous glasses they would have.
The Germans, And that was the funniest part because I think they were designing the cartoons for children,
but it was propaganda based,
also for adults, and it was relevant.
When the moose cross their heads, the antlers make a swastika, little shit like that.
Little weird stuff. You're huh. But 50 years ago, 1970s, you know, it's still a little rough. It's still a little rough.
But
in
if
the
you
70s.
went 100 years ago, it would have been okay.
Oh, he wouldn't have gave a shit.
Yeah.
They would have been like, that's the Indian symbol for eternal something or other. The swastika. What is it? What is it really supposed to mean? It's an Indian symbol.
It's Indian, and we mean over in
Dots,
India.
not feathers.
Yes, dots, not feathers. Don't be offended, everybody. It's just a joke. But anyway,
Go Redskins!
Oh, you mean the Washington Redskins?
No, now they're the Washington Generals or some shit. Yeah. They're no longer skins of any color.
They're the Washington no skins, or just a bunch of skinned alive people? Just
They're the
flying
Generals.
around?
They're gonna go play against the Harlem Globetrotters.
And then they're gonna hang out with Scooby Doo and the gang out in the swamp somewhere to go solve a mystery.
It's like, Sugar Ball Jones, is that you? And it's like, I knew that it was gonna be a crazy thing when I rolled this basketball out this morning. It's like, what's going
in
on?
the middle of the swamp, you're like, what's going on? Like, hello, Miss
That's
Lady.
the only way that the Harlem Globetrotters got a fan base is like in the 70s. They were just beating the piss out of white guys on the court and then just fucking showing up in Scooby-Doo
Dude,
commercials.
the Golden State Warriors at the time. The Golden State
Yeah,
Warriors
you told
at
me.
the time, because Sacramento, they came through one time, and I actually got to see them in the 90s.
Right.
And it was, it was the 90s, so it was like late
It's the 90s. Come on.
But it was before the Golden State Warriors are, they're the Patriots now. They just won again. They're the Chicago Bulls of right now. But at the time, they were just a joke team that, those black guys were like, let me do some cool tricks around this goofy white boy.
I think that the Harlem Globetrotters were set up when there was that big. There was the thing between they were trying to combine the NBA and the other leagues.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like there were teams that were getting bought out and there were teams that were getting combined and stuff like that.
That was when Los Angeles got the Lakers that were in Minnesota. They were a Minnesota team because of all the lakes, Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota
And
Lakers.
And then they moved in the 70s. So actually, Will Ferrell's doing a fucking TV series about it.
Did you ever see Semi-Pro?
No.
That's a really funny movie.
I've heard of it, though.
That's kind of based loosely off of the NBA and the other leagues coming together.
In the 70s?
Yeah. They have a team called the Tropics. It's something I gotta show you. I gotta introduce Trevor to the world of Will Ferrell movies. He hasn't seen a lot of Will Ferrell movies.
I've seen a few.
Have you seen Talladega Nights?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a few
All
times.
Right. Yeah, I'll have to hit you with some good ones.
Alright. Could do a brief thing for news. Oregon, the weather's still crazy as hell. Cloudy and rainy.
It's starting to
in the
feel more
morning,
like summer.
and then it changes to 80.
Well, it's starting to feel more like summer, I think. You know, it's just that in Oregon especially, you're going to have overcast.
Yeah. It's getting real specific in the Pacific of the Northwest.
Pacifics.
You know what I mean? Ooh, here's a fun little fact. Hate Bias calls up 2021 for national and the Oregon State. There's a hotline where you have reports for people are saying unkind things, and it gets reported here. And talk about in 2021, of course,
What do they do? They send the word police?
They're pretty much the word police. So what they do is they talk about. Yeah, sounds like they report to the Department of Justice, and the Department of Justice or Oregon's legislator get it, but it's the statewide is called the Bias Response Hotline, and it was launched in January of 2020, and so pretty much right when COVID hit.
Yeah.
And obviously because of COVID, hate crimes against Asians has skyrocketed because of COVID.
Man.
The old Kung Flu.
Yeah, they hate Chinese food because they don't understand it.
Chinese food and Chinese girls, both are
What's the
delicious.
problem?
Well, it came from China, but yeah, there's a lot of people that, unfortunately, they're like, oh, well, get out of here, you're bringing this thing, da-da-da. It's like, no.
It's so weird because, like, you don't kick black people out for fucking having Ebola or some shit, something from Africa.
But what
was the difference?
The difference is you have a lot more people that are like first generation just moved here in this area versus like the people here that are like African American have been here like 3 or 4 or 5 generations.
So what? You can't kick them out because they've been here longer?
Well, they're more Americanized, so people.
Oh, so they're more American.
No, it's not what I'm saying.
Trevor, you are digging a hole, bud.
No, I'm saying people tend to like pick on the new guys. Is what I'm trying to say.
And
I'm not talking about Guy Fawkes here. I'm not talking about Guy Fawkes followers with new guy.
Yeah.
But no, they like to pick on the new person, and unfortunately.
It's just one of those things. I think hate swings in all directions.
Right now, the Asian population is getting it right now.
Yeah, but I think it's always happened against the Asians, man. They were prosecuted when they came to America the first time.
They do.
It's weird when you hate a person, but you don't really have a super strong base for the hate. You're like, they made somebody sick. What?
It was the government that did that, not the people that came over. So
no, and that's the crazy part, man, is that we're all just people trying to live.
Yeah.
And the government, especially when Trump was running it, he's like, the Asians did it to us.
I like all peoples, and Asians have always been really nice to me, so I have no reason to...
no hate towards the Asian folks. No hate towards anybody, man.
They've always been super nice, so and their food, delicious.
Gotta love some good Kung Pao chicken.
And any Asian girls?
We got Thai food sitting there waiting to get eat, man.
By the way, Asian girls, come on over. We're all friendly.
Yep. Yeah, we'll put on some dim sum and get down to some chimichurri. I don't know.
Give them some of our egg roll, if you know what I mean. Get some cream of young some guy or something.
What if they're vegetarian?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyways, so that's what I got for that, I guess. Went up 200% apparently for number of calls in the last year.
Then you gotta realize too that people had nothing better to do.
A lot of people, were hanging around.
Nothing better to do than sit around the house and call somebody and say, "Hey, you know who's really got it? The Mexicans. Oh, we gotta build a wall." It's like, what?
You know what? This disease, you know what we should do? Hate on the Asians. What?
It's like, you know who did this? The white man. It's like, yeah, take down Whitey. Let's just hate everybody, man. Let's hate and love everybody exactly the same. You all suck, and we love you for it.
Remember, no lives matter.
Everybody's fucking fungus that grew off of a plant, yeah. We're all giant mushrooms.
Or we started out as that, or just eventually fish that learned to walk and went from there.
Let's put it this way, folks. We're giant fucking balls of bacteria that wander around and eventually die.
Yes, and we have bacteria inside of our bacteria that eat other bacteria.
So
pretty crazy.
So we are living, walking, breathing, fucking plants for the planet. You know, that's what we do. We move around, we migrate, and then we die, and our bodies provide nutrients. Yeah, I always love the.
That's why I don't like when you're like put away in a stone, like a stone mausoleum or something. It's like, if you're dead, why do you care if they're just worms going through your skull and you're turning into plant food? Like, I don't care.
That's the best part, is that when you're dead, you're not going to know shit's happening to you anyways. You're dead as hell.
I might as well do something useful besides just like rotting away somewhere.
They got those cool coffins that if you die in them, they help to grow back mushrooms. They're mushroom coffins. Yeah, they're not that expensive. You basically die in them. They're buried in the woods, and I think it's like after a couple of years, you just come back as a bunch of different mushrooms.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'd do that.
Hell yeah.
Hopefully, that'd be just like some good. That'd be good. Some good psilocybin. Just get you high as fuck.
I don't know if they have psilocybin-based caskets, but that would be kind of interesting. Getting a trip on your buddy's dead body.
There you go. There's an idea. Psilocybin caskets. We named it.
We got it.
Yep. Psilocybin
patent
caskets.
Patent pending.
I like where we're going. And it all started from people hating on Asians more. Anyways, another random topic. Eugene.
Somebody once told me the Asian's gonna roll me an egg roll I love to eat in sheds.
Oh. Nice.
The world's falling.
Yeah, no.
There's a garbage truck outside or something.
Folks,
Sounds like the world's
folks, there's a truck trailer that just sounded like it was swinging up and down 3 lanes of traffic.
Holy shit.
That's what it sounded like, folks. And by the way, that does happen, and we live in a spot with a lot of traffic that goes right by.
We just live next to a very busy street.
And we have a university and a hospital across the street from us and a whole bunch of other businesses. And you have random people in the streets yelling. So, yeah, you'll hear throughout our episodes random noises. That's just the...
Random episode noises.
Yeah, it's just alleyway ambience, you could say.
Yeah. We do have a lot of crazy shit that goes on around here.
Like right outside the window.
Remember when that girl got attacked by that alien?
That was the best time. That was a wild
Thursday.
Thursday.
The best of times, it was the worst of times.
That was a wild Thursday right there. Oh yeah, Eugene home prices rise in June as market remains hot. Medium
Trevor,
home
you need to
price.
stop reading fucking local news, man. Nobody cares about this stuff.
We can make jokes off it. Median list home price in June was up 11.7% from June 2021. Average home, 1,700 square feet, listed for $299 per square foot.
What if I just want 1 square foot?
Then you're an asshole.
I just want 1 square foot. I want my box, and I want to be able to sit in my box.
You're too big a boy to do that. You're probably going to need at least 4 or 5.
5 square feet.
Yeah. You're going to eventually want to lay down, so you just were like, I'll take 10 square feet so I can stretch a little bit.
They're like, you don't want the whole house? Nope, just 10 feet.
That's it.
I want to be able to lay down and stand up. I don't need any more
Imagine if you
else.
literally just measured out like 10 square feet. And
They're like,
all right.
sir, we don't sell houses that way. I'm like, what do you want to do? You want to make a deal or you want to sit on this thing forever? You can either sell 10 square feet at a time or...
So yeah, for like $3,000, like, yep, here you go. 10 square feet. $3,000 would get you 10 square feet. Like, all right, this is me right here.
I think it's crazy too because like owning a home is a really cool idea, but I think it's an idea that's going the way of like our parents and shit.
And Social Security.
People can't afford to continuously buy and pay into homes, especially with people making less. And, you know, interest rates and prices going up constantly. They say that we're on the road to another recession here pretty soon, which is going to be interesting because we've lent out a ton of money in the last couple years.
Yep.
We've signed a bunch of checks. We've signed a bunch of checks. And we got a ton of issues with foreign fuel right now.
Yeah, the war in Ukraine and Russia has definitely made oil prices go up, food prices go up, and all kinds of other things.
And the way it's looking, this isn't going to be over anytime
and COVID
soon.
happened too, which didn't help.
Well, the way it's looking, this war isn't going to be over anytime soon. And it's going to go on at least through the end of the year. So, you know, this war could be another couple years here. And if it keeps going the way it is, man, you'll be paying fucking $9 for a gallon of gas before you know it.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what the American economy is looking like. Fucking eggs are $4. Gallon of milk's $8.
Women are just eating their babies like in the Old Testament. Just,
I don't know, maybe.
Nutrients. Midnight dumpster baby. Yeah. If you want, I can keep talking about the upcoming shows. I know tonight there's a big black metal show at John Henry's bar for $12. Starts at 9. It's like 9.
You going, Trevor?
No, it's called. I'm here doing this with you right now, bud.
But I mean,
but it's called
in
like
the
9.
time the podcast is done, you could get ready and go jam your life away.
I'm too tired.
Trevor's like, fuck that noise.
Too tired. No, it's good. I mean, it's gonna be Black Metal, like Ninth Planet.
That's how you know you're getting older. Is you'd rather not go to a rock show. You'd rather stay home and get a blowjob from a hot girl and play guitar.
Yeah. No, I mean like before COVID. I mean that was long enough ago. 3 years when I had a little more energy. That even after I worked a hard physical job all day, I'd be like, let's go to the show. Now it's like,
Well, it's
Let me
crazy
sit down.
too because
In
like
3 years, that's
people
happened.
weren't able to go out for so long. People got real anxious to go out, and then when they were able to go back out, shit wasn't the same. Like there were mask protocols, and you had to be vaccinated, and like stuff was still just too weird.
Let's put it this way: it's people at shows now are still a lot more like distant than they were before COVID.
Of course.
I noticed it. Like, so that's an effect that I've noticed is that, like, when I'm at work, we're fine, but I have noticed that on the bus and like going out in public, people are still used to like being more social, which is weird. And also, you have cell phones that distract everyone all the goddamn time. So, if you didn't have cell phones, people would probably talk to each other a little bit more. Yeah, it seems like now a lot of times if someone's not talking, there's a good chance they're on their phone.
I think people are just becoming less social.
Which is crazy because there's more people.
Yeah, but people don't want to be social with people.
They use the internet or other things.
They want to feel safe while they're being social. And meeting people out in public these days, it's a hard thing to do and feel safe while you're doing it, you know?
I don't care if it feels safe because...
Well, you're also a man, and you're also larger. You know, like, I don't feel... 99% of the time in my life, I never fear going anywhere because I'm a white dude, first of all. And I'm pretty large, you know? So, like, not a lot of people are going to fuck with me or try to start shit. So, it's... one of those things where, like, you got to put yourself in the shoes of a 5-foot-something girl that weighs 95 pounds. Yeah. You know, like being on the bus, maybe being in her phone is the safest place for her.
And I get that. I get that. Because if a guy like your size or my size is sitting next to you, like hey,
imagine,
lady.
like, if it wasn't us, and obviously we're okay people, but it's a drunk fucking, you know, homeless person, or it's a crazy, you know, person in general, and they're just like, hey, what are you doing?
Some drunk college bro that's like, hey, hold my hot dog. I mean, my penis in your mouth.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
No, and that's where it's like, I get why people don't want to be as social, you know? But I think that there's places where that kind of goes away, too, like a beach, you know? Like, a beach is more like you'll fucking interact with people you wouldn't normally. When we were out floating a few days ago, we met those people that were floating on the
picnic table. We talked about it on the podcast.
The picnic table that was all hooked up to 55-gallon barrels.
Would you be willing to try that with me sometime?
We still need to get our jet-powered inner tubes.
We haven't talked about that yet.
I got an idea for a really badass inner tube. I was sitting in an inner tube recently, just chilling on a lake, and I was frustrated a little bit because I couldn't move around as quickly, you know, because you're obviously on your back like a turtle and shit.
Or a fucking otter trying to crack open a shell.
Yeah.
God damn, I want food.
But I looked up, there's a small battery-powered inner tubes that you can ride around in the pool in. But I was like, why don't we take it up another step, go to a hobby store and find like a giant propeller and then hook it up to a few lithium batteries, and then you'll have a lot of power to work with, you know? And all you need to do is find a way to strap it to the bottom of the inner tube, you know? So we gotta patent this super high powered inner tube idea. I want a boat/inner tube.
And then we'll move up to picnic table plastic barrels.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you had
Well, that seems simpler. That's only ratchet straps and barrels.
I've never seen that done before, even heard of it.
Really?
A picnic bench, you've heard
You've never seen people float shit before?
Yes, I have.
So, a big thing that people use when they float stuff are just barrels. Because you can hold a lot of air in them, and they're very buoyant.
I've seen people latch pallets to them before.
You can do pallets. You can do whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of those. There's a lot of those in college like things. They'll have like a lagoon race or some shit, and they'll have a bunch of weird built, made, not seaworthy anythings that are just hooked up with straps.
I mean,
and
non-ocean, not sea. They might think a bunch of nationalist socialists are just roaming around on the water. Right
they have
now.
They have that contest, the Red Bull contest, the Flutog.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's supposed to be like an airplane/boat. You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. You ready for your album review, man? Yes. I see you sitting there.
I'm ready. All right. So, my album review is for band called the Wicked Tinkers, and they use...
What are they called?
The Wicked, like, mean... The Wicked Tinkers.
Wicked...
The Wicked, like evil...
The Wicked Tinkerers.
Tinkers, like...
They tinker and they tacker.
Yeah, the Wicked Tinkers.
Tinkers and the Tackerers.
They're originally from the California, Los Angeles area, but they started in the 90s. I've actually seen them a bunch of times. When I was younger, I would go to the Scottish Games in Woodland, and it would usually be like $5-6. So
How cool are the Scottish Games?
Dude. You and I should go to one.
Yeah,
sometime.
we should. I want to do a
I love
caber.
that
I want
shit.
to toss a caber.
Yeah, I went right before I left Sacramento. I went, and it was I went with a bunch of friends. And we got high and stoned, just got high and drunk, and just hung out. And you just watched we had Roman reenactors because the Romans did fight the Celtics way back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I loved how they had Roman guys who were they were the original bad guys of Britain before the Germans, before the French, before the Vikings or the Angles, everyone else. You had the good old Romans who were like, hey,
they were still holding on to their civilization and society, and they were like, we'll be damned if this new generation's gonna push us out.
Yeah, well, Julius Caesar's was his many successful campaigns, but one of the ones he helped lead was Julius Caesar helped lead with Pompey, the Romans, and they took over the southern part of Britain.
I don't know why I just put this together in my stoned brain, but when you said many men and you said Julius Caesar, I just thought of Julius Caesar singing 50 Cent's Many Men. He's like, many men wish death upon me, blooded on me, I can't see. It's little Caesar. It's Julius Caesar. He's like, many men wish death upon me.
Eat two, Brutus.
I can't see.
Eat two, Brutus. Yeah. 9 guys are stabbing you in a fancy...
They're trying to take my life away. Many men.
I like how we went from whatever we were talking about from inner tubes.
We were talking about this, and then we were talking about that, and then we were talking about
Julius
this.
Caesar. Anyways, talking about my album review. My album review. This is going to be a good episode.
Wicked Tinkerers, folks.
Alright. So anyways... Bronze Age is Bronze Age Celtic band. Because back in the Bronze Age, you still had they found didgeridoos, smaller versions,
didgeridon'ts.
Yep, they didgeridoos, and then of course bagpipes, which originally came from the Middle East. I found out recently bagpipes started in the Middle East and made their way up to the British Isles, and then it got around the early Dark Ages because there was a lot of trade that even eventually...
All right, Trevor, get to the point, man. You're going through a history lesson to do an album review.
I apologize.
No, you don't. You're like, I got to let some history in here, too.
Fuck you, ads. You're trash.
I'm going to do it for you, Trevor. Why don't you get YouTube Prime? Yeah. YouTube Red, I think it's called.
That's all you got to sing is that cat's name, so if you don't know, ask your neighbor.
I'll send you a link to this, dude.
Yeah.
Such a good fucking album. It gets faster and crazier, but the end of the song, because most of these are them when they go and tour live. So these are all live, them playing.
Oh, dude, I can see me at some show and the bagpipe comes on and everybody's like, bah!
Dude, it's like a bunch of like random hippies and rednecks that get trashed.
That's an unknown alliance that a lot of people don't realize. Is that hippies and rednecks aren't that different.
They both like
politically viewed, maybe.
But that's about
they
it.
believe in a lot of the same shit.
They both like to do a lot of stuff outdoors. That's why, like, a lot of the weed growers in Humboldt, it was like, besides cartels, besides pork cartels and shit, it was hippies or it was rednecks.
Yep.
For money.
Yep.
So
I always flirt that line. I'm not quite too hippie, but I'm not quite too redneck.
I'm that way
I'm
too.
finding that weird balance.
I do the same, and you have to, honestly. But
Well,
anyways,
I think you can be just about whoever you want to be, but you got to be white in this country to know.
But the point is, the end of the song, he talked about, oh shit, you guys are slam dancing to Highland music. So I guess people were moshing to this song.
Yeah.
And I've actually
I can see some moshing.
I've seen people watch this, but yeah, it's Wicked Tinkers. The name of the album is called Banger for Breakfast.
Yeah.
Banger's a traditional English meal.
Bangers and mash.
Yeah, bangers and mash with, I think it's egg, sausage, potatoes.
English breakfast.
But this is called Banger for Breakfast, and the band again's Wicked Tinkers, and I've seen them live many times, and they've been fucking awesome every time.
Good job, Trevor. I really like that pick, man.
Dude, I will send you this link.
Hell yeah, I like it.
It's Wicked Tinkers, let's go.
Wicked Tinkerers. Yeah, I had a crazy idea for. I need to find an artist that is really good at interpreting art, because I always have interesting art ideas, but I'm not a good artist. You know, like I can't draw, I can't paint, you know, all that shit.
I can draw a little bit.
I can't draw for shit,
I
man.
can draw, I just haven't done it regularly.
Yeah, we should have a drawing contest one day and just like draw something.
You've seen me draw.
Yeah, you can draw pretty good. You're a good tracer.
No, I draw. I freehand that
I
shit.
trace everything.
I freehand. I have traced certain things,
Yeah.
but I usually, what I do is, I've been drawing a long time. I've actually been drawing since I was like 6 or 7.
I'd hope so.
Yeah. No,
Trevor's like, I picked up drawing in my late teens. It's like, what?
well, I did actually, one of my favorite classes I took at community college was a drawing class.
Okay.
That was dope. And I did well. I got an A in it, and it was, I liked it because you would just, you'd literally have a table. There'd be like the classic bowl of fruit thing. It was all fake fruit, like the classic thing. And they would have you do it with like, you would draw it, and then you would have you do the same thing, but then you draw it with charcoal.
Yeah, you do different mediums.
Different mediums. And that was fucking awesome.
Watercolors.
Yeah, watercolors too were cool.
Watercolors are always fun because they
Yeah.
rinse real easy.
One of my favorite things when I did the watercolor thing to draw is I tried the traditional Japanese one with the trees. It was so calming, dude. It was so relaxing.
If we ever take a trip to Florida, I need to introduce you to my stepmom because she loves painting. She paints like everything. So I think you would have a fucking fun time doing art with her. But here was my idea for my piece of art.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was building up to it. So the idea is it's kind of like a sketched poster, but what it is it's a pyramid scheme, and it's labeled the pyramid scheme. Under it, it's America, right? Okay. And what you have is a bunch of people on different levels of America, right? All leading up to the top. And on the bottom, you'll have the homeless and like downtrodden and the people that can't get up off the ground. And then the next level, you have people like us, blue collar workers and
working poor class.
Working poor class, exactly. And right above that, you'll have the upper middle class.
Well, you have like middle class and you have upper middle class.
Exactly. Like so there's going to be levels, and as you get up to the top, it's going to be more like you'll have celebrities, and then above them will be like business people. And then above them will be fucking,
world leaders.
World leaders. And then above them will be more business people. And then eventually you'll get to the top and it'll just be like Bezos and fucking Elon Musk and a couple
Space
of those
cowboys.
Dudes. Yeah, exactly. And the whole idea is on the different levels, from the top down, all the way to the bottom, because there won't be anybody to piss on at that point. Everybody's pissing downwards.
There's one level you forgot to mention.
What?
You know, to be below the very bottom.
What?
Being dead.
Yeah, I guess that would be below the bottom. You're not alive anymore. But on every level down, people are pissing
or shitting.
Just pissing in general.
Yeah.
You know,
it's like
it's
the
an
movie
easier
Cell.
thing.
There was a movie called Cell.
Yeah, I know the movie Cell with fucking Jennifer Lopez and that horse that's split open while it's alive.
No, that's a different one I'm talking about.
Maybe. Oh, maybe,
It's
yeah.
the different
There's a couple
levels.
of them.
There's different levels of cells of prisoners, and they're all built on top of each other. And they literally.
Oh, you're talking about
eat
another
shit.
movie.
They eat and shit, and it goes down the different levels, and then like it's so high up that by the bottom they're feral, crazy, like zombie-like people at the bottom.
The idea is that, through the different levels of our societal structure, there's just people pissing down.
Yep.
And there's ladders and there's things to get up to the next level, but there's like rivers of piss just flowing down them. So it's real hard to get a grip, and it's real hard to get up to the next level. And then when you get up to the next level, there's like armed guards, So there's just, I guess what it is more or less the idea that, in America we want to keep people in their place. We don't want anybody getting up to the next level that doesn't deserve to be there. And we want to have everything we want to have on our levels. But, the idea is also that there will be, like, people always wanting to get up to the next ones. There's always people fighting to try to get up to the next level. I don't know. Interesting concept. I need to find an artist that can fucking help me render it into a real concept.
Sounds pretty punk rock.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's the American dream, because you have to be asleep to George Carlin.
Oh, yeah, I heard.
You have to be asleep to believe it.
Yeah, American Dream, you have to be asleep to believe it. Yeah. I love George Carlin.
Shout out George Carlin, man.
Dude.
One of the coolest comedians.
I would have to say, at least in American comedy for the last 50 years, one of probably the.
If I gotta take a shot in the mouth to get 500 miles, it's
Fucking, yeah. Jason's on the box.
the rules of the road.
Yeah. Don't be so
Don't
suburban.
be so suburban.
Yeah. Gay is straight, straight is gay.
It's all the same shit.
All the same. It's evolution. Oh, here comes one right now. Brrr.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do a movie review since we're down on movies?
Yeah, I got one. I watched the new Buzz Lightyear movie recently. It's called Lightyear.
It's just called Lightyear.
Yeah. So
It's about the character Buzz Lightyear?
Yeah, so obviously everybody knows Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story.
Yep.
And he was a big character in that.
Infinity and beyond.
Yeah. And I forget who plays him in Toy Story, who voiced him.
It's the same
I
guy?
think it's Tim Allen. Something like
Yeah.
that. I think
Yeah. And fucking Woody was Tom Hanks.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Buzz Lightyear was fucking Tim Allen. I remember when the first one came out in 95.
To Infinity and Beyond.
I remember watching that in the movie theater. I remember I was 5. It was 95. We were the same age. But I remember watching that movie there. It was one of the first movies I ever saw. And I remember some people, like, broke into a fight. Like, a fight happened. I remember I was young as fuck, but I remember certain things. A fucking, like, a random-ass fist fight broke out. This is a shitty theater in Sacramento, and a fucking fist fight broke out.
Kids movie.
Yeah, a kids movie, bro. The things you remember, but yeah.
Yeah. But the movie was pretty good. I liked it. Definitely a kids movie. It's based on Buzz Lightyear landing down on this alien planet, and something goes wrong with his fuel cell, basically. And he has to find a way to get another fuel cell that is stable. But the only way to do that is to test different fuels out in space. So he goes on this mission after they figure out, well, in the beginning there was this whole scene where he crashed on the planet. Like, it was his fault that they couldn't get off. So what ends up happening is he races around the sun that's nearest to him. But every time he races around the sun, testing out a fuel, it goes 4 years in the future.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so time lapses. And this is one of the parts of the movie where I didn't quite understand, but I obviously knew it kind of needed to happen, is he kept going back out into space. Like, even though it had only been minutes for him, it was 4 years on the planet. So he kept going out into space until he came to the point where, he had been out there for over 50 years or so.
By the surface standards.
Yeah, and his best friend and his co-pilot basically dies of old age. And when he comes back the last time, they're like, we're stopping the program. We're not sending anybody out into space anymore. We're going to stay on this planet, and we're going to try to make it work.
And he was trying to get him off this planet.
Yeah, because it's a hostile planet, man. There's just giant vines and giant insects that are like constantly trying to kill him.
Also Vietnam.
Well,
I'm kidding.
I guess. But what ends up happening is Buzz Lightyear finally finds the correct fuel cell percentages, and he commandeers a fucking spaceship. He basically steals it, and he has this little companion that's a robotic cat. That's pretty badass. He like has all this knowledge, and he shoots darts.
Oh,
Yeah. And so they shoot off into space. It works, but by the time they come back to the planet, it had been overtaken by Buzz Lightyear's nemesis, Zurg.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this giant like robot-looking dude.
It's like the Skeletor of space.
Kind of. And there's a lot of cool moments in the movie where he says his catchphrases, you know, to infinity and beyond, and he uses his cool little tools, like he has the laser thing on his arm.
Yeah.
But what ends up happening is he runs into his partner's grandchild, and they're all rookies, and he has to like take them and train them. And the movie kind of comes together at a point. Spoiler alert: Zurg is Buzz Lightyear from another future. So it's an older version of him that figured out how to. I don't know. It's crazy because they figured out how to not crash on the planet to go back in time. But then to do that, they kill everybody that he's met in the last few years or some shit. So he decides not to do it. I always do this when I'm doing my movie reviews. I'm trying to remember the whole thing at once. Maybe next time I'll write down cliff notes. That'd be better.
Yeah, you are rambling quite a bit. You gave me all this shit.
Because I'm stoned at this point, and I'm just like, yeah, Buzz Lightyear. You know, he's doing his thing. He's got his gadgets.
Pew, pew,
you know,
pew.
pew, pew, pew.
Stormtroopers show up. Pew,
Yeah. It was a good movie, though. In the end, Buzz Lightyear wins.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
If he didn't win, it'd be a funny turn of
That'd be
events.
hilarious.
Buzz Lightyear's dead.
That'd be a European film.
Yeah.
That'd be a Russian comedy right there. Like everyone.
It'd be a French like artsy film where this guy off in the distance is smoking a cigarette. He's like,
It's
his life, no?
Has
And
the-
then he takes a sip of his wine and he drops his cigarette and walks off a dirt road. And then it's like, Finn.
Or
it's his life.
And because
no?
he's French, he turns into a frog and just hops off.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But out of 10 reels of film, I'd give it a good 6 or 7. It's one of the films you go to with your kid, and they sit down and they have a great time watching it. And,
There you go.
And it kept me entertained. I liked a lot of the little jokes. But I think it's such a cool thing, too. They took basically a side character from another franchise, and they built like a whole story around him. Like there was the animated series Buzz Lightyear and the Space Patrol or some shit.
Yeah.
Like there was the animated series. They did a bunch with that character afterwards. Like Woody never had anything other than Toy Story. Like that was it. He never had another movie, or he never had animated series or nothing like that. Only thing Woody could do was suck Andy's dick.
Oh shit. You ever suck dick for weed? I did it for coke. I seen it.
Somebody boo this man. Boo.
Shout out Half Baked.
Do you think
Shout
marijuana
out.
is an addictive drug?
Rest in peace, Bob Saget. I love you, Bob Saget. Yeah. Shout out Legion of Skanks.
Hell yeah. Shout out Legion of Skanks. We're going to watch an episode when we're done here. But yeah, I did like the movie. It was good.
Good job.
Yeah.
But so, out of 6 or 7 light years, you give it, you say like 7?
Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't a bad movie. It's just, I think it's a movie obviously based for children, you know? And I'm got no problem watching a good Lion King or something, but you definitely realize there's not as much like good comedy in children's films.
Ready for the next topic?
Go.
So, at my job at the saw repair shop, we joked about there's a lot of mice where we're at, and
A lot of meese.
a lot of mice. And last week I did stomp on a baby mouse and I killed it with my
Yep.
boot. And other than that, we've had a few that get killed by mouse traps, but we honestly just need a cat or an owl because they literally chew through the walls, and they've done shit like they've tried to chew through the fridge. So we have a rat problem because we're also out in the country where we're at. On the western end, there's a giant field next to
Do
us.
you guys have an exterminator?
No, and we
You need to get an exterminator.
Yeah, we need to do something about the mice because it's ridiculous.
So the only thing that you can really do besides, because cats will catch mice,
And
they won't always kill them.
Yeah.
And the issue is when you have a cat, they don't eat the mice usually. Sometimes they'll eat them, but they'll usually just kind of play with them or kill them, and then you just have a bunch of more dead mice lying around, which doesn't solve the problem. The owls don't eat that much. Owls don't eat a ton.
They did not, but we actually share. I've never told you this, but we share a building. Half the building we share it with this old man that has a produce outlet where he literally, because we're out in the western edge, we're just minutes from farmland. He's like where a lot of the farmers just west of Eugene, Veneta and whatnot, they'll bring their stuff straight from the farm, right? And he'll collect them, but sometimes he'll bring it right to where we're at. So like he's one of those guys that like he gets stuff right from the farmers, and then he sells all of his produce to the grocery stores.
Yeah, he's a middleman.
He's a middleman.
Yeah.
So like I walked in there one day and there was fucking like over 100 bags of just giant 10-pound bags of tomatoes that had come from farms 15 miles west of where we were. Mm-hmm. And then he'll collect them and then sell them to the grocery stores. But there used to be a cat. There used to be a cat right there.
You think a cat would really stop it?
No, I think I'm going to serve there, but I think at least one cat would be nice.
You just want a cat.
Cats are kind of cool. I like cats and dogs. I like dogs
Trevor's
too.
like, I want a cat.
I wouldn't mind a dog. Like a dog wouldn't go over a mouse, but I wouldn't mind just
Trevor's
companion.
wanting a dog so bad lately.
I want a fucking dog.
But Trevor's forgetting about all the responsibility.
I know.
You gotta get up, and you gotta feed it, you gotta walk it every morning,
Chris,
and you gotta spend time with it.
I was very good for my dog. I was very responsible. I was a good dog owner.
Alright, me too. I'm a good dog owner.
Also,
you gotta pay for vet bills too. Dogs ain't cheap.
That's the biggest thing.
Usually shots to get them set up aren't that cheap. They're a couple $100. But then you got to look at like medication, flea medication, heartworm medication.
Yes, all the things.
You got to look at
what's crazy too is
toys. You got to look at
people,
food.
Like I've seen guys that are like homeless on the streets that their dogs sometimes aren't the best of health, but a lot of times they take better care of the dogs than themselves. Like
I think having a companion while you're homeless is really the thing.
It is.
You know, while you have nobody and nothing to really talk to, having an animal that
helps.
That loves you no matter what.
That's
something. That's why a lot of homeless people don't have cats, because cats don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Cats
Dogs.
like, I'm out of here, dude. You suck. I'm gonna go to a family with food, and the dog's like, well, I guess we're best friends now.
Yeah, I don't see any homeless people with cats, and I've been homeless, and I've been around camps.
Cats
and I've
are
seen
like,
homeless.
fuck this, dude.
I have never.
So
in my
are
life.
birds. Birds are like, screw this.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I got flight powers, dude. He's like, get back here.
Can you imagine like
I'm
the local?
lonely.
Can you imagine the local parrot of the fucking bum camp? Like, Matt didn't make any money today. I see, Matt. Like that sort of shit. Like, Matt shooting up again. I see.
Yeah, he's just talking shit.
Yeah, and just the bum camp parrot that just talks shit to everyone. Like, Matt didn't pay child support again. I see. Like, shut up.
One of the funniest things at my brother's house when I go over to smoke weed at his house is he had a bird, an African gray, and I think he still has it.
Yeah.
And that bird, when we'd smoke and start coughing and shit, it would start coughing along. Like, we'd all just be sitting there. Me and my brother would be sitting there smoking. We're not coughing at all. And then all of a sudden the bird's just like... and you're just like, what the hell's going on? And he'll whistle.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the bird was hilarious. It was
Birds
really funny
are
because as
fucking
you got more stoned, he was just funnier.
No, that's the great thing with getting stoned.
Yeah, you're just like, what is wrong with
Anything
this
becomes
bird?
funny. So we had a joke about an owl or a cat. So instead of like, obviously owls fly
I think
and
an
cats run.
exterminator would be the
Yes.
Exterminator would be the way to go.
But let me finish my point, please. Damn it, Chris. So instead of owls that fly and cats that run, we joked about having owls that run and cats that fly.
It's not evolution, bro.
I know, but it'd be
You're
crazy.
gonna be a mad scientist in some fucking weird
Running owls
lab.
and flying cats.
Yeah, you're gonna be doing the Dr. Frankenstein thing where you got a lot of electricity coming from the sky, and you're just like vaporizing an owl.
It's alive!
And then it's like this owl just walks off, and it can't walk quite right. It's just limping.
And the cat flies away, just meow.
Oh, the cat's in the cradle with the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when. But we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then.
You gotta play that song. Shout out. Who did that? Was that Don McLean? Who also did. Shout out whoever did Cats in the Cradle of Silver Spoon. But, anyways.
Neil Young, maybe? I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It was one of those 60s, 70s.
He did another song like that. Oh, no, he did Old Man Take a Look at My Life.
Yeah.
No.
Yes, that was Neil Young.
Who did. Maybe.
Old Man was Neil Young.
Who did. James Taylor, maybe?
We'll look it up later. We'll figure it out. Folks, you already know we're just stoned and having a good time.
We always love being here with you guys, and sometimes we forget that this is a show.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're just having a good time, talking shit.
We're bullshitting like we used to do on the porch of our last apartment where Chris, we haven't talked about it much, but Chris and I, we get off work, we have like our hard physical job, we get off work, and like for 3 hours.
This is back when I was still drinking, man. Those were good times.
And I was drinking liquor too. That was good times, and we would literally drink. We'd smoke, and we'd hang out on this little tiny porch. We'd play guitar, tell jokes and bullshit.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'd get in fights. Once in a great while, a lady would come over, and just all kinds of weird shit happened all the time.
We had some
and that
girls,
was the impetus for the
stopping
place.
by, and we had girls that were just randomly talking to us because we faced another complex.
Yeah.
That had people going.
Yeah,
up and
so
down
they had
all
to
the time.
deal with us. They had to deal with us.
They didn't have to deal with us, but they definitely did talk to us sometimes. But it'd always be funny. The girls would be like coming down, getting ready to go out for a night, and they'd be like, "You guys just hanging out tonight?" And we're like, "Yep, I gotta go to work in the morning, and he's got the day off, but we're tired." And they're like, "Oh, that's cool." Yeah, like they're
usually though they wouldn't hit on us. They'd usually not hit on
women
us.
don't usually hit on men. It's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Women don't want to seem too desperate.
But they is.
Women be desperate sometimes.
They just try to hide it though.
You know where you see desperation in women? Late night when they've had like a bad night on the phone with their boyfriend or something.
Oh,
They're just trying to grab a dick at the bar or something. They're like, "What's your name?" And you're like, "Da da da da." And you're like, "You want to get out of here?" And you're like, "Okay."
Boyfriend ignores me now. Says I spent
Yeah.
too much money.
I'm gonna go screw some random dude to get back at him.
Yeah. Shout out revenge sex or not shout out.
Well, I've had it done to me, which is a real fucked up thing.
I've also had it done
But
to me
I've-
fairly recently. So
I've
yeah.
also received sex when a girl was just trying to get back at a guy, and that's pretty good too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's hard, and your moral
The last
compass.
chick, yeah.
Your moral compass should point you in the proper direction, but sometimes
Your penis points you in the other direction.
Yeah, dude, pussy is a weird thing, and especially I think as you get older too, it's less of a motivator. But when you're in your 20s and you're younger, pussy's like the world to you. You're like, if I'm not getting laid, I'm not doing anything with my life.
Yep. Fucking get money, get bitches.
That's what we should talk about. The last time we got laid. When's the last time you got laid, Trevor?
A little over a year ago.
Yeah, me it was about a year ago too.
Yeah. Yours was a few months. A little more recent mine, but yeah, over a year. It was a certain lady that...
There should be studies done on men about like how long you start to go without sex and like
It
what it
makes
does
you
to
crazy,
your
yeah.
psyche.
Hey, fucking Big J Okerson, when the balls get full,
Yeah.
you get crazy, but when they get emptied...
You're
We
more,
pay
you're more of the person that your parents made
Yeah.
when your balls are empty.
Yeah, like, you pay your bills and you're nice and you get along with society. Dude, it's 100... I never hear any studies done about that. But we men talk about it all the time, but I have never heard of people, like, talking a study, like, what happens when a dude just can't get laid for 2 years and then like, here's an
He
example.
becomes real friendly with pornography.
Well, you know what happens to a lot of Catholic priests is they're not allowed to marry or have sex with women. Guess what happens to a lot of those men when their
Sexual
balls are full?
frustration.
Sexual frustration. Oh, there happens to be a choir of young boys
They
right
spend
there.
a ton of time around young boys.
Yes.
You know, and eventually.
And eventually, it's just like it's similar, very similar when guys in prison when they don't get pussy for so long.
They'll start fucking a dude that looks like a chick.
Eventually it'll be like a hole's a hole, boy or girl. Hole's
Skin
a fucking
skin, man.
Yeah.
And that's a fucked up thing to do to a human in general.
Yes.
Because for the most part, I think women don't always have the problem of getting sex. But I can see if like you're not a very attractive girl or you're a bit overweight and stuff, like it can be harder. But I guarantee you'll have better luck with a pussy than you will a dick.
Yeah.
Because it's weird to find where that line is between how much sex you need. Because sex can be a drug, man. You get fucking enough. It's definitely
be like Tiger Woods fucking sex addict.
Tiger Woods is a sex addict.
You know when he was lifting weights, when he was tearing through waitresses?
Tearing through pussies.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, there should be some scientific studies done on men before and after they get laid.
I agree.
Because I remember a couple years ago, I had this girl that she came over and she blew me, and it was a good night. We hung out and shit, but the girl was just not a girl I wanted to fuck. And I remember her wanting to fuck real bad, and I was like, no, just suck my dick. And so after it was all said and done, she was pissed off that I didn't want to fuck her. And I didn't eat her out, so I was being a selfish person at that time. But I remember for the next few days, I just had a shit-eating grin on my face. Because I haven't had to do that. I haven't gotten to do that in a while, just get my dick sucked and have to do nothing in return.
That's nice.
It's a pretty funny thing. But yeah, I think your happiness level shoots up when you get laid.
It does.
Makes you feel sexy.
So I guess we're running low on time, but
We got time.
We're going to talk about the evolution of mass shootings, how people are going to learn. The younger mass shooters will learn from the previous ones. So like from Columbine has been studied by a lot of mass shooters. They've looked at it. Because that was
the original.
Well, there was one in Springfield, Oregon, actually done the year before.
Yeah.
But that was the first one that got national attention.
Of course, Aurora, Colorado.
Yeah.
Dan Soder.
I lived there too for a year.
Yeah.
In 93.
Weird.
In Aurora, Colorado, where it happened. But, yeah, it was before
And
that.
it happened on 420. Such a sad thing, man.
They did it for the Hitler reasons, not...
Yeah,
some
no,
reasons.
but you think about these kids, man. What if they had just went and smoked some weed about it?
Yeah.
They probably would have realized it was stupid as hell.
Yeah.
They could have just gone and gotten stoned and went to a convenience store and loaded up on some snacks. But yeah, you're not wrong, and I think that as time goes on, the less we do about gun control, the more school shootings are going to occur. And the people that do them are going to learn from the previous experiences of other people where they failed. They're going to try to succeed. And all that leads to is people that are better at planning.
It's like the whole idea of prison being con college. When you have a bunch of especially like you go to max security, we have like more successful criminals.
Yeah.
With other successful criminals, they're gonna trade ideas.
Of course, man. You got a cellmate that made his bones fucking ripping off banks, and then you got a guy who
used to make meth in the fucking shed.
Yeah.
They're gonna trade ideas with each other.
Exactly. And that's what I think a lot of things in the world are, is when you get stuck in a place that you don't want to be. Like a lot of these mass shooters and stuff, they get stuck in their own mind. They don't want to be there, but they don't know
Just
how to
like
get out
prison,
of it.
but a more mental version. But yeah.
Exactly. A lot of them suffer from schizophrenia. A lot of them suffer from depression and anxiety. A lot of them are incels and people that don't have really established social skills. So all these contributing factors make for a really sad and toxic person. But people don't want to admit that that's who their son is or who their daughter is.
Yeah.
It seems to happen a lot more with young males that they are sexually frustrated, that they are emotionally frustrated, they're physically frustrated.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to have a proper outlet for their
So,
feelings.
guys, you need to jerk off more.
Well, not even that, man, because some of that might be leading to, a lot of rapes are based off of, like, pornography and stuff, too,
Yeah.
man. People that start watching crazy porn, about beating up chicks left and right and
Spitting
all that
on
stuff.
them, slapping them, peeing on them.
Yeah, hardcore BDSM and stuff. People get off on that, and then they try to play it out in real life,
Yeah, and if it's not consensual, that's a problem.
That's a big issue. But I think that a lot of these kids are going to learn from other shooters how to not get caught and how to be better at, kill counts, basically, getting more bodies per bullet.
Yeah, and unfortunately, like, I'm cool with video games, but unfortunately there are a lot of kids that have just, like, done fucking between Halo and fucking Call of Duty too much to the point where they almost, like, forget what reality is, and they think, like, oh, life is a video game. And it's like, no.
Yeah.
No, you can't go out and just do that. Like, it's not how it works.
Well, what happens when you have a child that has nothing else on their mind but, like, crazy violence, and they don't really disassociate that from reality.
Yeah.
So I do think that it's normal.
I do think that the crazy amount of video games and isolation definitely has contributed to mass shootings. Like, a lot of people, they're fine with it, but like you said, the people that are very incel and the people that are already definitely, like, on the far fringes of society, they're definitely more likely to gravitate that. And they're definitely like you and I were old enough, we've done enough shit in life, like, we know the difference. But a 10-year-old kid in some secluded, neighborhood somewhere, they might not know the difference as well.
The kid, Nicholas Cruz, that shot up Lakeland School in Florida, he's going on trial now. They finally figured out the jury and stuff. But he was a kid that was just socially awkward, and it's crazy. He kind of looks like you, Trevor. He was a kid that was socially awkward, and he got bullied a lot. So when you combine that, you're giving motivation to a person that's already unstable. And it's not that hard to get a weapon in this country, and it's not that hard to improvise something. There was the other one where the brothers that had become extremists for Islam made bombs at the Boston Parade. They had made
the Boston Marathon.
The Boston Marathon.
I actually have a Boston Marathon story.
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
But they made bombs out of pressure cookers.
Yes. Yes, I heard
and they
about
put
that.
a bunch of shrapnel in them and stuff, and screws and all sorts of shit.
That's
so
fucking
if
crazy.
you really want to hurt people, there's a lot of different ways to do it. And maybe just getting rid of guns altogether isn't the most useful option, but there has to be some sort of limitation on when a young person is allowed a weapon like that. You shouldn't be able to get an assault rifle under 21, I don't think. Yeah. Because you're still not developed enough. As a man, you're not developed enough mentally until you're 28. I think that's when your brain is fully developed.
Now, if you've done something like the military or like police academy, where like you're forced to like really learn about it, that might help. But I agree.
A lot of the statistics say that people that have more access to guns are usually more likely to use them.
Makes sense.
So you do have these people that have gone to the military, that have gone to the police academy, and then some of them wash out, some of them don't, continue with it, or
some of them decide to just. Do you hear about people that once they get out of it, once they leave and they're frustrated? I've heard, I saw this documentary talk about a lot of the white supremacist groups where there's a really high ratio between the white supremacists, including the KKK, where a lot of Grand Wizards had been combat veterans.
Yeah.
And they came back, disillusioned and this and that, and they had the training, and they just gathered a lot of other disillusioned white people. A lot of them had, affinity for violence, and they had done military service or other such things. And they joined.
I think when you're exposed to it enough, when you're exposed to the darkest parts of humanity, like war and famine and fucking
Absolutely.
I'll fucking kill everything and I'll salt the earth.
I'll salt the earth. That will affect you for generations.
Exactly.
Come like some like Roma war on Carthage shit.
I think what ends up happening is the death and the carnage just become so normalized to you, and that's what kills me about the media right now is they're all focused on this next school shooting. We just got one a couple weeks ago, a bunch of kids in a fucking classroom, you know, and now we're at one where we have a fucking kid that's 20 something at a 4th of July parade.
Yeah.
There's a pattern that's been going on for years, and because there's so much money in guns in America, there's not quick or swift action on it. The president, dude, that's what pissed me off recently, is the president has had, multiple ways to step up with gun control.
But he hasn't.
He signed this new thing where, there's more red flag laws and, but there has to be something more that we can do.
There has to be a concrete thing.
There has to be something where we can stop kids from buying guns. I don't give a shit if you're a fucking young man in the middle of nowhere. You shouldn't be able to hold a gun until you're 21, I think.
I think if you have to hunt for survival...
If you want to learn how to shoot, get yourself an air rifle. Get yourself a high-powered air rifle.
You could go old school and just
There's way more ways to kill things in nature than a high... When you're using a weapon like that, you're getting lazy. You're getting real lazy.
Yeah, it's not like you're hunting with a bow, which is...
Or you're hunting with a single-shot rifle.
Yeah.
When you're hunting with a single shot, you have to reload that shell.
Yeah.
Or if you have a 5-clip magazine.
Or if you have like a single shot like rifle, like say you have like traditional bolt action rifle, you have to obviously reload it. Or even a lever action like I have.
Or a small magazine, and that's what I mean. These high capacity magazines and the way that we're able to alter guns just makes it really simple to go into a public place where there's a lot of people and just spray a ton of them.
Yeah.
That's a problem, and we haven't figured it out, and we're not going to figure it out because I think deep down in America, we get off on the carnage and we get off on the crazy deaths, and it gives us more motivation to say we should change things, but it just doesn't happen. The things that we as the people want to change don't happen through our government.
No.
It has to happen at our level first.
Yeah, at grassroots level.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we need to take all the fucking guns away from people, and that's the problem, man. Is the second you take all the guns away from people, there's going to be violence with other things.
And then, actually, that just happened in New Zealand a few years ago.
Yep.
Where they took all the guns away. The problem, the issue of that is the people, the criminals who aren't going to turn it anyway, because there is crime even in New Zealand.
Yep.
All of a sudden, the only people with guns are the organized crime. So.
Yep.
That's
the scariest part is what happens when the biggest gun-owning country in the world decides to not own guns anymore. Because we are the police of the world.
Dude, it's going to throw the gun market like crazy. Like if we completely outlawed guns and we didn't have a complete civil war, the stock market, because you got to realize like you got to think of things like how much of the metal market is influenced by like gun manufacturers. Like all of a sudden, what would the price of brass be, or other things, if all of a sudden we weren't using it to make shells?
But
like,
you know why
like
America's never going to do it, man? Because we like guns.
We like them too much.
We love guns.
We
love guns more than we cherish life.
Yes, but then we'll say we cherish life with like overthrowing Roe versus Wade, But if you don't fit our demographic, we're going to shoot you and it's fine.
We will fight for your right to say what you want to say, but we won't give up our rights to fucking defending ourselves. I don't understand. I don't know.
I understand defending yourself, but there are people that take it to an extreme where like, well, we're going to just form militias, and we're going to do all these other things. We're gonna have all these crazy automatics people carrying. Like, I understand that. Like, even 50 years ago, talking to older people and hearing about 50 years ago, especially more rural high schools. Like, if you showed up to a shotgun and it was in the back of your truck, all you'd have to say is like, "Well, I went bird hunting this morning." And the football coach would be like, "Okay, that's fine." But now,
What if you're a kid in the south side of Chicago, just trying to live, go to school and do the right shit,
Yeah.
but there's so much gun violence where you live, it's safer to carry a gun.
Yes.
You know, and that's the problem, man, is there's areas in our country that are just so unsafe that you need protection to walk around the corner.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, if somebody whips out a pistol on you, you need to be able to fucking whip out and run.
Yeah, you just
You know?
yeah, and it might just be literally just going to the grocery store, get some milk, and that shit happens.
Yeah, you know, it happens more often than not, and that's where I think our problem is that getting rid of all the guns won't solve it, and you know,
unless it's like Britain, where like Britain, all guns are outlawed, but because there's no guns, the knife violence
is crazy.
One of the highest of any
people
country.
just roll around with machetes and long pant legs. and
Yeah,
stuff.
like machetes and just being stabbed to death is a common thing over there.
Yeah.
So yeah. I told you I actually spent a summer where I went over to Britain.
Yeah.
And I just did like a backpack thing.
Sure.
And I actually was on the bus one time, the subway. And there was a bunch of dudes all with shaved heads, fucking matching outfits. And they surrounded me, and this lady glared at me, I'm leaving, but they were reaching for their pockets, so they were about to stab the shit out of me. And yeah, I was just hanging out there. So yeah, stabbings are a thing where if you don't have guns, you just increase stabbings.
We'll
or
always
anything
find
else.
a way to hurt people.
Exactly.
But the convenience of an assault rifle versus somebody that's trying to kill 23 people with a knife, I don't know. I think I'll take those odds. You know what I mean? Yep. All right, folks. We're going to go ahead and wrap up here. We got a little sidetracked on a great subject. We'll have to come back to that one.
Yeah.
That's a great subject to kind of touch base on again. But, Trevor, play us out, my man. Alrighty, folks. It's been a good episode, Trevor. Thank you for being here today. This is Gravel Shits and Gorgeous Swords signing off.
Hey, everybody.
See ya.